one thing I just want to say, obviously, before this particular fight between Tony Ferguson and Khabib Nurmagomedov got called off, I was assuming that Khabib was training very hard, and in my opinion, he probably was training hard. He's obviously a professional. The fact is, generally speaking, Khabib generally does train very hard. But when I saw, I think a video of him when he was explaining why the fight got called off, he did look a little bit puffy, like he was a little bit overweight for the lightweight division. Usually, Khabib is one of the biggest fighters in the lightweight division. So when he is a little bit overweight just before the weight cut, just before the weigh-in, just before the fight was going to happen, the week of the fight, I was a little concerned that maybe he wasn't training as hard as he should have done. So in my opinion, the thing about Khabib is he's one of them fighters that the weight cut for him is always going to be difficult. And the fact is, the Khabib versus a Tony Ferguson fight has actually been called off on multiple instances because one of the reasons why the fight didn't happen in the past was that Khabib couldn't make the weight. So in my opinion, Khabib, although it's like going to be Ramadan soon, I think the fact that Tony Ferguson has got a fight coming up against Justin Gaethje and he's going to be training, Khabib needs to be training. Like he needs to take this seriously. Like whatever free moment he can get when he can train, he needs to be training because obviously Tony Ferguson is coming, and the fact is, Tony Ferguson is going to fight Justin Gaethje, who's a very good opponent. If he beats Justin Gaethje, that's one feather that Tony Ferguson got in his cap in terms of a resume that I can't say that Khabib has got. Khabib has beaten very good fighters like Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, and a slew of other good fighters. But the fact remains that Tony Ferguson is keeping active while the next time Khabib fights Tony Ferguson, it's going to almost be a year of inactivity since the Dustin Poirier fight. The fact is that he's not going to be as sharp as Tony Ferguson because Tony Ferguson's going to be going through the ringer of actually having a fight against a very legit fighter in Justin Gaethje if he does fight him in May 9th. And the fact is, he's been training like a maniac since December. Since December, he in his interview with Ariel Helwani, he referred to the fact that he's already peaked several times. So obviously, you want to peak at your absolute best just before the fight. But the fact that he's been training so hard since December, and it's April now, that's almost 5 months of training. And by the time he fights Khabib, let's just say the fight happens around September time. If he was to fight him September time, that's almost 9 months of pure training that Tony Ferguson has done. And obviously, you could overtrain for a fight. Don't get it twisted, and that could lead to injuries that could make the fight get cancelled the sixth time. But the fact that Tony Ferguson is taking this so seriously, the fact that he's made weight yesterday, it shows that he's got a level of professionalism. And I'm assuming he's been training for like the last 15 years in mixed martial arts. He knows his body. He knows when to like lay off the training and when to put it on and when to let your body rest. So I'm assuming when the fight happens with Khabib Nurmagomedov, fingers crossed it does happen, sixth time lucky. Khabib, the fact is, Tony Ferguson, he would have beaten Justin Gaethje, which would have been a feather in his cap. He would have been more active than Khabib has been. So Khabib has better be training as hard as he possibly can because the Boogeyman is coming. El Cucuy is coming to take that lightweight title. And Tony Ferguson is very hungry. He wants this fight. So my opinion is Khabib, obviously, like he needs to take a bit of time off for Ramadan, but after that, he needs to literally work as hard as he possibly can. And there could be a chance that Tony Ferguson peaks, or maybe the Justin Gaethje fight is such a difficult fight that it's advantageous for Khabib that he didn't actually have a fight. And for some fighters, inactivity actually does work better in their favor because being inactive gives them time for their body to rest. And sometimes training so hard, it could be a bit stale and you can lose your motivation to fight. But the fact that Khabib is Tony Ferguson is so hungry, I think Khabib just needs to keep his foot on the pedal and he needs to keep training and he needs to keep slugging because Tony Ferguson is coming. He's coming for that lightweight title and he's very serious. So that's my opinions. Tell me your opinions below and just like and subscribe and subscribe to this channel as I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace out.